Hi everyone, my name's Alisa Tilsner and I'm a Stampin Up demonstrator here in South Australia. Today we're going to create this card here. I have a feeling that this is going to be quite a heavily edited video, so we will just see how it pans out. I always do my videos on the fly. I never really prepare, so I hope you enjoy it anyway. So we're going to be playing with this card. Now this one is a just a half sheet folded in half, because normally I have been doing, I haven't got a card near me. Normally I trim mine off and make them a little bit shorter, but this die here is quite a nice long one, so we needed the full length of the card to be able to play with it. So we're going to get straight into it. I will show you what I need. I am working out of my bag. This is what we made at Link and Learn yesterday, so like I said, it'll probably be quite heavily edited, but you know, that's fine for you guys. It's just me that has to do all the work. So to start with, I am going to be just grabbing a Post-it note because I need a, hitting things. I need a mask. Now, my punch is one of the old ones and it's not, the Post-it note paper is a little bit too thin for my punch to go through it properly. So I'm just sticking it to some scrap paper and I'm just using a 1 1/4 inch punch, and I'm making sure that I get some of that sticky on my punch, on my little circle here. So I can get rid of that. I'm going to use this as well. Now when I tend to do my ink blending upside down, so I want my sticky at the top, so that hopefully it doesn't interfere with my ink blending. And I always tend to work upside down, and I'm just going to use my scrap card that I've got, paper here. Just make sure that my blending brush, now this is just a makeup blending brush that I picked up in Kmart for about $12. They came in a set of 3. So these are the other sizes. I've yet to use the other sizes. I'm sure that somewhere along the line I will be using them, but I need to get a few more of these size ones because they're just awesome to use. Now the colours that I'm using is Pool Party to start with, and I'm just going to pick up the colour. Probably need to re-ink make sure your hands are clean dealing with white. And I'm just going to wipe that straight on, and I'm actually going to bring this one down a little bit further than my original cards that I had made. So you can go light-handed and you can go quite quick, and that gives it a nice smooth even lay down of colour. Makes your eyes go a little bit funny, but and usually start off the page and come on. Just need to get a little bit of colour there in the middle. A little bit more. Okay, so my next colour that I'm going to put down is Bermuda Bay. So I'm just going to, because this is a light ink, I'm not even going to worry about wiping it off. I'm just going to go straight into picking up that colour. And I'm only going to bring it down perhaps halfway. Okay, done. Now, before I take my moon off, I'm just going to turn it around the right way. Before I take my moon mask off, I'm just using a microfiber just to give that a little bit of clean, just to try and get some of that ink off. And then I'll rinse it off a little bit later. Okay, so now the next fun bit is to grab some water, and I'm just using our spritzer. I'm just going to pop this underneath to save, because I do get some droplets. Now I'm not going to spray directly onto, you can actually use a aqua painter as well, but I'm going to use my fingertips, so I'm just going to do this off screen because it'll go everywhere. But I just get some water into my fingertips, flick off the heavy water, otherwise you'll get big drips, and then I just flick and tap my fingers together over my card, and you can start to see that where it dries, it repels the water and sort of almost makes it look like a bleached look. So I like it quite heavy. Okay, and we can let that sit aside to dry, because the more it dries, the more pronounced those dots will get. I'm just going to dry my hands now. I'm probably going to end up with very blue-green fingers. Okay, so I'll just pop that aside. Pop that away, done with that. I think I'm done with that. Okay, now the next step is to make our snowscape. Okay, just grab my pencil and my scissors. A pair of good scissors. Probably should be wearing my glasses as well. Okay, so I'm going to do my snowscape. My width of my card is just another quarter piece of card. I do have to freestyle this one. So I want to come up with a slope that sort of goes like that. I know I'm not the best drawer, so I usually just try and do a bit of a sketch drawing, so I can make that flow a little bit. Something like that. So, and then we just cut that out as smoothly as you possibly can. Okay, and if you have an eraser, I do have one, you can rub out any of those lines that you may have. Easy. All right, get all them off. Now the second part of the snowscape is really easy. We don't have to do any more freestyling cutting. We just need to grab our trimmer and do a straight line. Okay, so just wherever you fancy it. Now a little tip with the new trimmer that's out, well, coming out 1st of November, so exciting. We used to push down our blade and then push it through. You don't even need to do that. You just need to grab it and push it. You don't need to press into it or anything. It's great. So I am loving that. There was something else that oh yes, there was another little tip. When you open it, I try not to use this part here to lift it up, but rather up here, because it's got a really good clip on it. It's not magnetic, it's just got a really good holding clip on it, which is why you can get into your like really thin cutting slivers off. So one will go one way, one will go the other, and we will have, ooh, that didn't work the same as my original one. I wonder what I did. Okay, so I do have to do a little bit of trimming. I just need to trim that little bit off. How bizarre. There we go. So now I've got that. Okay, what's our next bit that we need? We do need to do a little bit of stamping and colouring, so I will get that sorted. Okay, we're going to be using the Holly Jolly Christmas, because still love it, but I'm using different stamp sets this time. I'm not using the big fat Jolly Santa. I'm going to use the presents and the tree. So let's get that sorted. And I'll be using Memento because I am going to colour these in with my blends. So I require 2 of the presents, gift boxes, and 1 of the trees. Got all of that inked. Looks a little bit funny in one spot. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'll get them right out of my way and I will clean them up later. Actually, I'll leave that one. Okay, so we are going to colour them in. I will probably zoom ahead. So I'll be putting down, when you see my speed colouring, you will notice that I'm using the dark one first, then the light one in each of the scenarios. So the colours that I am using are Granny Apple Green, Bermuda Bay, and Pool Party to match our sponge background. Okay. Okay, so now I have cut out my stamped images. Now there's no die for this one. There is actually a die for these two, but sometimes I just find it easier to cut out small items than to get the big shot out to do them. So they are all done. Next I need a sentiment, and I am going to be using one from the Itty Bitty Greetings, and I'm going to use Celebrate the Season. Oh, I need a block. It's not good when you're working out of your bag. Excuse me if my head's in the way there. Because I got to keep bending over sideways to get the stuff out of my bag. But honestly, if you could see my desk, there's no way that I would probably... can I get that? No, I can't. There's no way I could probably fit all the stuff that I need on my desk. So I need a good tidy up. Okay, now pop them away aside. Put them all clean later. Let's see. Let's bring in the trimmer and see how close I can get to cutting this one out. So I just need that because I do like quite a thin one. So let's see, shall we? I like thin sentiments. All right, this one's going to be... Oh, did I even do that straight? I think I did. Okay. Having quite a good clasp, you should be able to get quite thin. Look at that. That is really good. I would like it a smidge thinner, but I think I might be pushing it. I think that's on the... Maybe we'll try a millimetre more. I think this might be pushing it, but let's have a crack, shall we? Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to get it straight. Maybe I should just leave it like that, because I don't think... Oh, is that it? Is that straight? Yay! Look at that! It's the fun things. Oh, and I did push down on that blade. I shouldn't have done that because now I've got a little bit of an edge. And I'm just going to give that a little bit of an angle. Okay, I think I have all, and I don't have everything I need. I thought I had everything I need, but I don't. I have the biggest missing piece, which is from the dies. We need Santa himself. Now these dies are, I love this one. It doesn't stand out too well in the catalogue, but you have this great sleigh and reindeer, but you've also got two words here, two dies. This one says "'Tis the season" and this one says "To be jolly," so they are awesome as well. So you could just use designer series paper and cut out some of those dies and stick them on, and you'd have a really quick Christmas card. Okay, so I've got my black cardstock, need my Big Shot in. So I will go ahead and cut this out. Okay, and this is the nicest filigree. I need my pokey thing. Not that one. Switch them around. Look at that. Spatula on one end and stabby thing on the other. Because there's quite a bit of filigree. Whoops. Here's. Oh, they've all come out themselves. I might not need my pokey. Just go really gentle. Really gentle. We don't want to tear any of that card. There we go. And I do believe, whoops, I do believe it's all come out in one go. So you'll find that there's bits in here where his legs are, and of course all the filigree around his, I shouldn't call it filigree, I'm not really sure what it is, but on the base of his sled there as well. So now I do believe we have all of our components. So let's bring our card base in. So I'm just using a Whisper White card base, thick Whisper White card base. So it's just a half of an A4. And now the side that I use my bone folder on, I like that to become the back of my card, because you can actually see the little bit of a crease line that you've put on there. Now also I need to get a little bit of adhesive. Okay, so we can pull off our mask now. That's all nice and dry. So we've got a nice white moon going on. And now it's just assembly time, so we're up to the fun part. And I'm putting a lot on because I want it to go on my, completely cover my card base. Let's make sure I'm still good. Okay, so sticking white on white at the same size can be quite tricky. So you just want to make sure it's all nicely lined up. And then if you've got any overhang, which looks good, I don't think I've got too much, you can just trim anything off. Okay, now we've got our Snowscape. I love it when it comes time to actually put everything together. What am I looking for? My adhesive. Would be handy. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got that down first. Okay, so that one will go straight on. So right at the bottom. Okay, our next piece I'm actually going to use dimensionals for. And, oh, where's my pack? Here we go. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I've got that in the right spot. Is I'm going to, I might have to use a mini one there, is put a couple along here, but I want to leave this area without anything in there. So I'm just going to use a mini one. Well, I've got one left. There we go. Just down there. Oh, I'm going to need more mini ones. Okay, so we're going to pop that along there. Now our trees. Going to set them just down there. Like so. Now I do need some more minis. Okay, so I'm going to do pop my presents down here, my gift. So one I will put down there, one I will pop up. Actually, I'm going to add here my sentiment. Oh, hang on. I got to make sure because that's going to go across there. And I want my other present to be on an angle, so I need to make sure my sentiment is going to be straight and my gift on an angle. So I need another dimensional there and a mini one around there. Can give that a little bit of a curl just to make that one stand up a little bit on the end. I can't think of the word that would be. Okay, make sure that's all nice and straight. Celebrate the season. Okay, now the fun bit. Oh, he's on my black stand. I stuck these on flat on my original card, but I am going to try and use dimensionals and stick them up. I think that would look good. And the reindeer's body is wide enough in that little area there that you can stick one of these mini. Oh, do you know what I could have used? We have these black Stampin' Dimensionals, and they come in a mixture of both mini and big ones. I could have used them. How silly of me. I've been wondering where am I going to get the chance to use them, and I could have used them now. Never mind. And then I wouldn't have, you know, if I'd accidentally gone over, it wouldn't have shown up. So, right. Let's pop, whoops, don't bend the atlas. Right, let's pop them down there. And then, because I sort of felt like my card was a little bit off balance, I got some, I need that, and my stapler. I got some of the Granny Apple Green ribbon and just popped it up in that top corner. Now a little tip when you're doing this, because I'm going to staple it, is if you put a little bit of adhesive just in the middle of that ribbon and then fold it over, you can actually, it might be a little bit too long. I need to trim that down. You can get it to hold it a lot better. So let's just give that a little bit of a trim. And you can even then put a little bit of adhesive on the back and stick it to your card if you can't, if you're all thumbs and you can't hold on to everything at the same time. Which on the bigger ribbons it's not so bad, but on the smaller ribbons it's easier to do that. So there is my card finished. What you can do next to really liven it up is to add some Wink of Stella, which is what I did on this card here. I'm not sure whether you can see all the, whoops, you can see it there. I'm not focusing very well. There we go, see if that works. So there you go. There is our cards. I think this one worked out better. I didn't bring my sponging down all the way, so I think definitely this sort of sets the snowscape off a little bit better. But I'm going to go and add some Wink of Stella. You guys don't need to see me painting that on because it's just painting it on. I'll show you what Wink of Stella looks like if you don't have one. This is one here, and it's just a nice glittery shimmery brush, and it's great. It's a great alternative to glitter because it's not messy and it still gives a lot of beautiful shimmer. Yeah, so that's my card. I hope you have a play with it. I love these dies. I think that they're really pretty. So thanks for watching. If you do like I always forget to say this too, but if you do like my videos, why not hit the subscribe button and also the little bell so that you get notified of when I put another video up. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.